What is up, folks? This is Andrew with mywatchaddiction.com, and today we have our watch unboxing for a watchgang platinum subscription for July 2018. The watch of the day for this watchgang platinum unboxing is obviously a platinum subscription watch from a previous month. It's that Mondia, I forget the freaking name of it already, but it's the Mondia. It's navy blue, yellow hand. I pretty much like it. Don't have any complaints about it whatsoever yet. It's the Mondia watchgang platinum subscription watch from June 2018. So the watchgang platinum subscription, which incidentally is $299 for a subscription watch to your door each month. This month's watchgang platinum subscription came from Redlands, California, which they always do. One thing I will point out is, seems like something was up with the platinum tier subscriptions this month because it looked like a lot of them were delayed, so I don't know what that was all about. I haven't been active enough in the watchgang exchange to pay attention to what happened this month and why they were late. We went a few months with getting subscriptions early, and then this month it just went in the opposite direction. But nevertheless, it's finally here. Let's get this guy open. We can see we have the watchgang platinum tier poster. If you watched my black subscription unboxing, you saw this, but I typically don't read them, so they go away. And open this guy up, get it out of the box, which I seem to be having trouble with. So we'll throw that box away. And it's a Dreyfuss Company. Dreyfuss. We'll go with Dreyfuss Company. Handmade in Switzerland. This box is kind of interesting. The box was blown out at the seams. But it's packing material, so that's a plus. All right, and what do we have? We have Dreyfuss Company, standard instructions and guarantee. And look at that, Mr. Dreyfuss himself. And we have a blank certificate. Wow, the box is kind of nice, I will say that. That's actually a really sharp looking box. If I can get it open. Oh, all the packing material in the world doesn't help. Let's see here. But, holy cow, guys. I am digging this watch. I talk a lot of shit, but this, if I can get all this plastic off of it, I'm really digging this watch face. Wow. I'm curious, when you guys open your watches, do you struggle as much getting them open as I do? There's a big sticker on it that says fully wind before use. I'm going to go on the assumption that that is the model number, which you guys can't see because it's blurry as shit. Interesting. Look at that. You know what this guys reminds me of? Early on in watchgang, they sent out a Balmer. If anybody remembers the Balmers that they sent out a Balmer that looked very similar to this. Matter of fact, I had one, and it was one of my very first videos. It was a Balmer that looked just like this, and quite honestly, guys, I miss that watch because I love that face design. So if we zoom in a little bit on this Dreyfuss Company watch that I received, I have figured out that this is model number, well, I should say model or series 1925, And this specific one is model number DGB00148/01. And that will give you that white dial with blue Roman numeral indices, blue second hand, blue hour hands. Looking at this watch, guys, I'm really digging this watch. This is a decent size. This guy's going to come in at 42 millimeters in diameter with 11 millimeter case thickness. Looks like that bracelet is going to rock out at approximately 22 millimeters. So it's a really good size, very low profile from a dress watch standpoint. I am really digging that dial design. I think it's really sharp. It's a really classy looking watch, and I think this will fit nicely in my dress watch rotation. Now, if we look at the back, we can see this guy does have an open case display back. Incidentally, this specific watch is serial number 560056 is the serial number on this watch. The one thing I'm kind of questioning though, the thing that I don't know is anything about that movement. I've checked their website real quick. I've checked a couple other locations. I've looked as close as these old eyes will let me, and I am not seeing any markings on that movement itself. So I'm honestly not sure what movement this watch has in it. Don't know anything about the movement itself, so I can't give you any specs on that. But from a case design standpoint, from a fit and finish standpoint, I think this is a sharp looking watch. Whether or not it was worth the $300, that I'm not sure of, because I honestly don't know what that movement is in it, so I can't comment one way or another on that. I can tell you this is going over $500 in some locations on eBay. On their website, their recommended retail price is over $1,000 for this watch. I can tell you, based on some of the other watches that I have, I would not spend $1,000 on this watch. But then again, I am not going to spend full retail on any watch. So as I often try to do after I get a watch, typically the first thing anybody does is try to size it to fit their wrist. And this watch that I loved, this Dreyfuss & Company 1925, which I think is a perfect styling for me, I absolutely love the watch. I realized it has the most horrible engineered bracelet design in existence, or at least that I've seen in this year that I've been collecting watches. Now, I've probably sized a watch bracelet probably 500 or 600 times now between the watches in my collection and watches for friends. And I have never seen in my life a watch this difficult to size. And here's the root of the issue, guys. So in this bracelet design right here, it's a normal push-out pin design. Everything looked good, looked normal whatsoever. I push out the first pin and I notice this little thing drops out. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is that? It's a collar of some kind. I get it. Okay, so it's a collar. It's got to go somewhere in the bracelet because it fell out of the bracelet. Well, where does that little collar go? That little collar, if I can show you here, that little collar goes on the inside of this inner link right here. So in the middle. Now that collar is just big enough to fit in between the links. Just big enough. I know I shake like a leaf. I get it, guys. But this has got to be the dumbest engineering design that I've ever seen in my life. When you push out the pin, you can see I tried multiple links to try and correct what the issue was. Multiple links, every single collar of that center link fell out. Getting that collar in that center link is, for me anyway, impossible. I've literally spent 2 hours here trying to get this freaking collar back in that freaking link. And I'm done. I'm done. Like, I seriously don't know what more I can try. I don't have any clue. And the sad part is I thought this was a freaking awesome watch. I was in love with this watch. This watch is a perfect design for me. It's exactly what I like, which is odd. And then to have it ruined, and when I say ruined, what I mean by ruined is the fact that this watch, unless I take this whole bracelet off that fit perfectly with my preferences, unless I take this bracelet off, I can't wear this bracelet. If I take these pins, put them back through the link, they just fall out. One step further, I've got a whole slew of other pins. I've got some split pins that I figured, you know what, I'll just try a split pin and put a split pin in it. Guess what? The holes to fit these pins through are tiny. Most split pins won't even fit through these holes. So I'm at a loss, guys.
2 hours later.
All right, guys, here's the deal. I've just spent 2 or 3 hours, something like that, working on this watch because I wasn't going to let it get the best of me, and it really, really pissed me off because I really, really, really liked this watch and did not want to give up on it because I knew the second I sent it back, I wouldn't be getting this same watch back. And so I just wanted to come back real quick and post a quick update. I figured out how to size this watch because, as you can see right here, we are sized, no pins falling out, we are good to go. So this watch is now perfectly sized to me. This watch will now go in my rotation, and I'm happy again because I was not happy just a few moments ago. Or hours ago, depending on if you're watching or if you were in my house. But, so here's the deal. So these links right here have a collar. Now, the collar, I thought, would only fit in the inner link because of the fact that if you try to put the collar right in here, it just fell through. And so my thought process was incorrect, and I thought I had to put it on that center one right there. But I figured out after banging my head against the wall and after playing with it for a little bit, now I'm not going to be able to do it on camera. So I figured out after banging my head against the wall for a little bit, we'll see if we can zoom in here for you so you guys can see a little bit better. So right on the tip of this set of tweezers is that collar. So what I figured out is that if I just slide that collar into that end link, it just falls through. However, oddly enough, if you trash the collar, and what I mean by trash it is make it oval or oblong or not perfectly cylindrical, you can widen it enough to actually fit back in that hole. Once you widen it enough and get it to fit back in that hole without falling through, then what you can do is put the links together, jam the pin through it, beat the piss out of it, and the pin will eventually go back through that collar, make that collar round again, and then you're a happy camper. You've got the pins in the watch, everything's good. So, although I stand by my statements that this is the worst designed bracelet from an engineering standpoint that I have ever seen in my life, I am happy that I found a solution to it so I wasn't out this watch. I don't know what to say. That was probably the most bipolar watch unboxing I have ever done because I was so freaking excited when I opened this watch and actually took a look at it. Looked really, really sharp. Was really happy with it. It met my preferences. Everything was good to go and I was happy. And then I went and tried to size it. You guys saw that. Freaked the hell out. Really pissed me off, but I would not give up on it. And I finally figured out a way to make it work. So this watch will stay in the collection. Primarily, it's going to stay in the collection because I can no longer trade or sell this watch because, let's face it, I trashed the shit out of it when I was trying to size it. So these things happen. Anyway, I'm glad it's one that I like. I'm glad it's one that I will wear, and we will see how it turns out in the future. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I need to go have a beer or something to calm down because this has been one hell of a recording. Have a good one.